agents.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's no reason. I know sometimes.
Tear the whole place down? Why don't you just cut the second floor off and move it over one floor over? Be easier.
I think.
What's up, people?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
We made it.
Made it to what?
Friday.
I never really liked that attitude.
You know what?
Like the living for the weekend.
Yeah,
It's
but
kind
what's
of a crap outlook on life.
what's that?
Yeah.
No,
Every day's Friday, man.
Wow, that's a great idea, man.
Get your mind right, brother.
today's the final video. Today's the final video in our buyer's agency series.
Yes.
We talked about what the agreement is. We
Yeah.
talked about how your buyer's agent gets paid.
Right.
The buyer's agent's responsibility to
Yeah.
you as the client.
Yeah.
Your responsibility to
Man,
us
look
as
at
the
you
agent.
remembering everything.
I'm a recapping fool right now. Today is stuff that you don't want to do.
Yeah. So these are
As a buyer.
things, right? You signed this agreement,
Yeah.
and these are no-nos. These are no-nos. These are buyer no-nos, right?
Yeah.
These are things that are going to get yelled at the
A
least.
buyer no.
A buyer no-no. Yeah. You might get sued doing some of these.
You could actually.
Yeah.
Some of these could cost you a lot of money.
So number one. So first of all, like let's. I'm being a little funny here, but buyer agency is like it's like being in a really bad relationship, right? Because you as the buyer, you have to be monogamous and
Yeah.
exclusive.
Yep.
But the buyer agent, they
See whoever they want.
See whomever they want. They
As
have
many
other
people as
clients.
they want.
Yeah, they're gonna proverbially sleep around town with other buyers, right?
Proverbially or verbally? What did you say?
Proverbially. Edit that out, David. Yeah.
Leave it I just know I wasn't trying to pick you on.
Shut up.
I just.
So, but you have to be exclusive as a buyer's agent. You
Yeah.
cannot cheat on your agent.
So what you're saying is you can't sign an agreement. They're doing construction.
Yeah.
We're
Sorry
back
for the
up.
noise in the background. Yeah.
You can't sign an agreement with your buyer's agent
Right.
and then call every other listing agent in town or every other agent in town and ask them to show you a house.
That's right.
Yeah.
And here's the reason why, right? Besides the agreement you just signed, the other thing is this:
Are those drywall stilts?
I don't know. You could take the risk, the hand truck. You could take the risk of, if you don't do it the right way, you could take the risk of having two buyer agency agreements out at one time and then owing two commissions.
Right.
It's a very real possibility if you don't follow the exclusivity part of the buyer's agency agreement.
Right.
So you just want to follow it to a T, stay exclusive to your own agent, don't cheat on your agent.
The thing is, if your agent's not a sleazeball,
Right.
there's a get out of jail free clause in
Yeah.
there. It basically says,
Right.
send me an email,
Yeah.
I'm firing you,
Right.
and then it takes a couple of days. We talked
Right.
about that. I put 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take forever.
Right.
It just is to protect me as your buyer's
Right.
agent. If you, like you said earlier in the week, I think, you see a house on
Mhm.
Sunday, the seller says, I'll give you a deal if you don't have an
Right.
agent. You fire me on Sunday, you buy
Right.
the house on Monday. Guess what?
Totally.
Like, I'm still getting that commission because I showed you that house.
Right.
first. And then
like,
the buyer's responsible.
look, so if your agent's not performing well for you, that's one thing. Like
Yeah.
you should terminate an
Sure.
agent at that
There are a
point.
ton of bad real estate agents.
Right. However, the tendency right now is you see a house, you want to see it at, you reach out to your agent noon on Monday, you want to see it at 1 o'clock. That may not happen.
Yeah.
But you can't just call the listing agent to do that because that's not the way it works.
Right.
That's cheating on your agent. You can't do that.
Yeah, and the reason why it's in there is to protect you. That listing agent is responsible only to their seller.
Right.
Why would they represent you as the buyer
Mm-hmm.
in the best light? They're going to try to get the most money for the person that they're responsible
Totally, yeah.
for. Yeah, which
Yeah.
means costing you more money.
Right.
So you may have to wait, but it's going to save you money in the long run.
Totally.
Don't cheat.
Don't cheat. Second one, don't disappear.
Yeah,
This happens more often than you think.
yeah,
Both in like the actual meaning, like people just fall off the face of the earth, and secondly, also just communicate. Like
right.
be like as responsive as you want us to be, also be that way as a buyer to
Yeah.
the lender as well, especially to the lender. So if you want to close really quickly, you have to respond really quickly. So we get it. Everybody's stressed out. Everybody has jobs, schools, all this stuff. Takes
Right.
more time. But just be responsive. Don't disappear on us.
Yeah, a lot of that responsiveness, especially with the lender,
Mhm.
is being prepared ahead of time.
Sure.
Like, we kind of know what they're going to ask
Right.
for. So talk with your agent. Hey, what am I going to need for the lender? Let's try to get as prepared as possible.
Right.
But if we're out showing you houses and you vanish, we're still going to reach out to you
Right.
because we're still trying to get, at that point, we still think that you need to find a house.
Right.
If you send your agent an email or a text, hey, I need a minute,
Right.
like I'm not ready to keep looking right now, fine.
Right.
Like, trust me, like we will put our energy
Yeah.
onto the other parts of our business,
Right.
but we still feel an obligation to work with you as our client until you tell us that you don't need us anymore.
Right.
So that's one thing. If you disappear in the middle of a deal that you're already
That's
under contract
Detrimental.
on,
Yeah.
that deal is probably not going to work out because there are
That-
dates that you have to hit.
Right. And you're going to lose your deposit at the very least.
Yeah.
So definitely don't do that.
Yeah. Number 3,
Don't lie.
don't lie.
Just in general.
Mhm.
And again, this has more to do with like your financial ability to buy the house with the lender. But a lot of times you just see the very last second deals get ruined because there's one thing that you're trying to keep hidden. It's our experience. Just get it out in the open
Right.
with the lender, especially, and things will get solved.
Right.
And, things about houses, like just be open about the stuff. If there's little quirks you need about a house, don't wait till the last possible second. Just when you lie up front, and lying, not telling the truth, keeping things, it just causes issues.
Yeah.
Down the line, I don't know.
There's a lot of moving parts into buying a house.
Yeah.
So the smoother the relationship is between the buyer and the buyer's agent,
Right.
the smoother that deal will be because the buyer's agent is the one who has to communicate with the seller's
right.
agent
Yeah.
to keep the deal going forward.
Yeah.
So if there's not a clear line of communication between you and your agent, how can you expect there to be a clear line of communication between your agent and the seller?
Well said, buddy.
Wrap it up
Let's go. Time to go.
in the can. Done.
Weird. All right. See ya.